As men, we chase pleasure. Women, they chase protection. One is optional, the other is mandatory. You see, men, we fear rejection. Women fear expiration. Different battle, different stakes. A man wanting sex, that's biology. A woman wanting marriage, that's survival. One is instinct, the other is panic. And do not get it twisted, gentlemen. Women are 1,000 times more desperate for a husband than men are for sex. And I know a lot of you guys are probably going to scoff at that, so let me repeat that so you fully understand what I just said. Women are 1,000 times more desperate to get married than men are to get laid. A man wanting sex, that's biology. A woman wanting marriage, that's survival. One is instinct, the other is panic. You see, men, we don't need marriage. Right? We can build, we can innovate, and we can thrive alone, all by ourselves. Women, on the other hand, their entire strategy collapses without a man to choose them. This is why they don't walk. They sprint to that altar at 30 years old, okay? Not for love, not for romance. No, she's got a deadline to hit. That clock is hit panic mode, and she's got to lock a man down ASAP. A man wanting sex is normal. A woman wanting a ring, that is her entire future on the line. Her status, her stability, her social value, her survival. You see, men, we fear rejection. Women fear expiration. Different battle, different stakes. If men are deprived of sex, we adapt. But if women are deprived of commitment, they break. This is why women get serious after 27, 28 years old. Because at the end of the day, no husband, no legacy. No husband, no security. No husband, no plan. This is exactly why single men are calm while single women are terrified. And they rarely admit to this, but if you're paying attention, you can clearly see that every decision she makes screams desperation. And as men, we know our value peaks with time, but women have no idea that their value races against it. As men, we chase pleasure. Women, they chase protection. One is optional, the other is mandatory. Then we got all these just talking about finding themselves. Nah, man, she is hunting for a man before her phone stops buzzing for good. So while a man without sex is frustrated, a woman without a husband is finished. And that is exactly why women will always need commitment more than we need sex. And I say a lot of guys will learn a lot about women in those scenarios, but you will never truly understand women until you become the side or the side dude. For reasons known only to the creator himself. Wives and girlfriends feel the need to tell you exactly how it is they're getting away with having an affair with you. You see, gentlemen, when you're the main guy, when you're the husband, you see her best behavior. She's polished, she's sweet, and she appears to be loyal, but this is just a performance. Because when you're the side dude, you see her real nature. You see the lies, you see the timing, you see the manipulation, right? Like you see the disappearing acts that sound innocent or coincidental. And guys, I've been on both sides of this. She will text her boyfriend, "Good night, heart-faced emoji," right before she gets on her knees, deep throat her load right before she lets you pound her into oblivion. Zero guilt, zero hesitation, no conscience, just calculation. And here's what you learn real quick being the side dude, guys. Women don't cheat because they're unhappy. They cheat because they want more. More attention, more excitement, more validation. Because guys, what you have to understand is loyalty isn't the default in a woman's programming. Loyalty is an option for them. And the absolutely crazy part about this is that women lie smoother than most men even think. No stuttering, no sweating, no tells, just effortless diabolical deception. A lot of our detractors like to say that we men are the sneaky ones. Until they see a woman juggling 2 lives, 3 men, and 4 personalities with absolutely 0 cracks in her game. That's when they finally wise up. Being the side gentleman teaches you one brutal truth about women. If she really wants to hide something from you, you will never find it. You're not going to find it with love. You're not going to find it with trust, and you're damn sure not going to find it with loyalty. Because the hard truth is that women aren't innocent. They're undiscovered. And once you discover them, you will never look at good girls the same again. So study her actions, not her words. Because I'm here to tell you, every man thinks his girl is loyal until he becomes the side dude. And I get this question from consultation clients all the time, but that's part of the price that you pay for being with an attractive woman. Guys, you got to understand that most men will try to steal your girl if given half the chance. And when guys ask me in consultations, how to respond to this, I say let them try. Let them test her. Because if another man can take your woman, you didn't lose her. She exposed herself. Okay? Women don't get stolen. Okay? They don't get taken away. No. Women walk. They choose to walk. And they will switch sides the second they see what they think is a better deal. If she leaves you for another man, don't be angry. Be relieved. You just dodged a lifelong liability. You see, guys, a woman who is loyal when things are good isn't really loyal. But a woman who is loyal when she's tempted, that's the one worth keeping around. Most men panic when another dude shows attention to their woman. Men like us, we don't. We don't pay attention to the wannabe Mr. Steal Yo girl. No, what we're doing is we're paying attention to our woman's reaction. Because if she entertains him for even 1 second, we've already won. We've found her weakness before it had a chance to ruin our lives. If she stays with you, you got a rare one. You got a woman who resists the hype. You've got a woman who resists the attention. You have a woman who resists the validation. If she leaves, celebrate. You just got upgraded by subtraction. Okay? Be happy if a man succeeds in taking your woman. He didn't beat you. He freed you. A woman who can be taken away from you was never yours in the first place. All she was doing was biding her time with you until a better opportunity presented itself. And very few men will truly understand this concept. Just proves this MILF thing, it's just a fantasy. Guys, I'm here to tell you, having dated a lot of them, dating older women, it's all fun and games until you realize why they're still single at that age. Because at first it's easy, right? She's experienced, she knows what to say, she knows how to say it. She makes you feel great because she's had a lot of practice. Then you see it. You see that ego, you see that control, you see that subtle bitterness that's carved into her soul. Gentlemen, she's not mature, she's hardened. A veteran of failed situationships and emotional wars she's never healed from. The MILF doesn't want love, guys. She wants redemption. She wants redemption for every man who left her, for every year she feels her sexual market value plummeting. Her standards are not about equality. They're about power. She's still trying to prove to the world that she's still got it, while deep down inside, she knows Father Time has already won. The MILF will call you immature when you don't obey. She'll call herself independent because no one stayed. But the hard truth is that she's not single by choice. No, she's single by pattern. Different men, same mistakes. The older woman teaches you something younger women can't. And that is that experience doesn't make women wise like it does with men. No, it makes women jaded. So while you might think that dating older women is fun, make sure you understand that you are not her new chapter. You're simply a rebound from her last failure. Talk about it all the time. And guys, I'm as guilty of this as anyone. But honestly, you shouldn't trash a woman you used to love, okay? Not because she deserves respect, but because you do. Okay, so she might have betrayed you, right? She might have lied to you. She probably used you, cheated on you, deceived you, and all the rest of that. But when you talk bad about her, that makes you equal to her, okay? You loved this woman. You gave her your time, energy, attention, and resources. But now that she's gone, there is no need to drag her through the mud that you just crawled out of. Men who talk bad about their exes reveal how much control she still has. Silence is the loudest form of moving on. So let her drown in her own reputation while you build and evolve. You win with silence. And think of it this way. Lions don't roar back at a pack of hyenas after demolishing one of them. No, He walks off with blood on his claws and blood on his face, knowing that everyone already saw who won. So you don't need to trash your ex. Her actions exposed her. Your silence condemned her, and your success will bury her. So never speak ill of a woman you once loved. She was a chapter and not your story. Because at the end of the day, the world doesn't give a damn who got hurt. It remembers who rose above it. And that, gentlemen, is how a man keeps his crown. And it's funny, we say this all the time, but ladies, we don't care about your careers. We just don't. You could be a CEO, you could be a surgeon, you could be a freaking barista. It doesn't change how we feel about you. You see, ladies, we don't fall in love with your resume. No, we fall in love with your peace. We fall in love with your femininity, your softness. Okay, you can earn 6 figures and run meetings and lead teams and all the rest of that. But if you can't or won't cook or clean, if you're not feminine and submissive, you're just another coworker we can't stand being around. We don't want competition at home. We want calm. We want warmth. We want a woman who adds peace, not pressure. Because I'll tell you something, we'll date a waitress over a lawyer if she treats us better. It's that simple. It's got nothing to do with ego. That's just facts. Because her degree is not going to cook you dinner. Her promotion is not going to nurture the kids, and her independence ain't going to build a family. You think men are intimidated by your success? We're not. We're just not interested. And the reason for that is because it brings nothing to the table that we as men value. Okay? A man wants to come home to peace, not performance reviews. He wants affection, not attitude. He wants feminine energy, not masculine competition. You win us over with your femininity, not your LinkedIn. Men, we build empires for peace, ladies, not partners with egos. And the sooner you people understand that, the sooner you'll stop confusing independence with value. The fact of the matter is that you cannot build a family with a woman who thinks a relationship is a subscription service. Cancel anytime, no commitment, free 30-day trial. And if you don't like it, you can just walk away, no questions asked. You see, gentlemen, your job isn't to change her, it's to recognize her. Women are more honest with a man who has bad intentions than a man who has good intentions. Why? Because they are not afraid of disappointing a man who expects nothing of her. And when a woman knows a man doesn't need her, that is when she becomes the most honest creature on the planet. And the funny thing is I had to block her because she wouldn't leave me alone. But what that proves, gentlemen, is that nobody watches you more than a woman who's left you, right? Like, she may have walked away, but her eyes never did, okay? She doesn't miss you, okay? She misses how you made her feel, right? The peace, the thrill, the validation, whatever it was. She's checking to see if she can get it somewhere else. Understand this, gentlemen. When a woman leaves, she is convinced that she can upgrade. Okay, it's only after leaving that reality humbles her, right? So at first, she'll flaunt her newfound freedom. You'll see her new selfies. You'll see her pictures of her out with her girlfriends at the club. But deep down, she's refreshing your profile more than she's refreshing her own, looking for likes. Now, she doesn't do this because she's wanting to come back. She's watching to compare. In her mind, she's thinking, did I level up or did I fumble a top tier man? Because the truth is that women never truly move on. They simply replace attention. But they will always circle back every once in a while to see if you became everything she thought you couldn't. And the irony is that the moment you stop caring is when she starts caring. And the reason for this is because your indifference destroys her egos, right? Like, she's told her girlfriend she's over you, but every win you post burns a hole in her soul. She left for emotions, so you rebuilt from discipline. And that's the real difference. You evolved while she just repeated her bad behavior. And again, she doesn't want you back. She just wants to know she didn't lose something better for what she settled for. And this is exactly why nobody watches you more than the woman who left you. And I tell you guys this all the time, but if you want to know the quickest way to figure out a woman's intentions, act like you're a player even if you're not. Because the truth is that women open up more to men they shouldn't trust than the men they should. And if you're a little confused by that, let me explain. Women tell the truth to men they are afraid to lose, not the man they want a future with. So if you treat her too nicely, she'll perform, right? She'll put on a mask. She'll play the good girl. But if you act selfishly and treat her poorly, what happens is she reveals her true self almost instantly. You see, guys, women publicly hate players, but ironically, their nervous system relaxes around them. And the reason for this is because there's no pressure, right? There's no expectations. There's no accountability. I also want you to keep in mind that a player isn't a bad man. He's just a man who doesn't need her. And when a woman knows a man doesn't need her, that is when she becomes the most honest creature on the planet. When you act like a player, gentlemen, you will see her true loyalty. You'll see her true personality. You will see true levels of respect and femininity because she thinks you're not trying to wife her. So the quick math here is that if you act like a boyfriend, she'll give you the script. But if you act like a player, she'll give you the truth. Because the sad truth is that when she thinks you want something long-term, she hides the past, right? She hides the trauma, she hides the body count, she hides the exes. But when she thinks you want nothing, she confesses everything. And here's another sad truth. Women are more honest with a man who has bad intentions than a man who has good intentions. Why? Because they are not afraid of disappointing a man who expects nothing of her. They're not afraid of letting down a man who wants nothing from her except for her body. So if you really want to know the truth about a woman, don't be her dream guy. Be the player. Be the fuckboy. Okay? This isn't toxic, gentlemen. This is female psychology 101. Stop being the man she lies to and start being the man she cannot lie around. And this is why Akash was fooled into thinking Jasleen was a virgin when he got with her. And it's a shame, guys, because 60, 70 years ago, marrying a virgin was normal. Today, it's a luxury. What used to be the standard is now a miracle. Kind of like loyalty or silence. You see, guys, your grandfather didn't ask about body count because he didn't need to. He knew that she was raised rather than ran through. And now today's men are fighting all of those ghosts. Ghosts of her wild phase, her situationships, and her IG followers. Purity used to be a woman's crown, but now they call it pick-me energy. Back then, women dreamed of having families. Now, they just chase attention, validation, and clout. Shame used to guard dignity. Now, OnlyFans pays the rent. They call it freedom, but the price is loneliness. And every single independent queen, they pay the price eventually. A virgin here in 2025 isn't just rare, she is a relic of discipline in a world of degeneracy and decay. Men once expected purity, now they pay for it. Because again, in this generation, purity isn't normal. It is the gross exception. Let me tell you guys a story about the dating market. Once upon a time, dating actually meant something. A man showed effort and a woman reciprocated with grace. It was a fair exchange between masculine pursuit and feminine appreciation. Then women freaking ruined it. They turned dating into a game of consumption. Free dinners, free validation, free attention. They go out with men they have absolutely zero sexual interest in and call it just fun. You see, the date itself became the reward. So what do you think happened next? Men, we caught on. We realized that we were buying tickets to a movie where the ending was already written, and that ending was you don't get the girl. Now women want to complain talking about coffee date isn't a real date. Translation, you're not offering me enough free value anymore. Women these days, they miss the era where men still believed in the illusion. Back when we used to wine, dine, and chase women who weren't even into us. But all that's over. That era is done with. And as men, we're not angry. We're just done playing games. You see, ladies, we're operating with logic now. Now, we will invest again at some point, but only in women who bring something real. Feminine energy, loyalty, honesty. But until then, enjoy your free meals, ladies. You are dining on the corpse of your own games. And in the end, dating didn't die because men stopped trying. It died because women stopped deserving. Because that was my mistake. So when you meet a girl, categorize them quickly. 2 categories, no third option. Number 1, potential girlfriend. Number 2, recreational use only. And better than 99% of all women fall into box number 2. Now, you can either accept that or you can suffer. Because the truth is that most men lose because they confuse the 2 categories. They'll treat recreational girls like relationship material, then cry when chaos hits. And guys, I've been there many, many times. You can't turn entertainment into loyalty. You can't fix a woman who's built for the streets. And as Dr. Dre famously said, you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. Can't be done. If she is recreational use only, do not invest emotion. You do not plan futures. You do not argue. You don't make her see your worth. No, you smash, you enjoy, you learn, and then you leave. Simple as that. You see, gentlemen, your job isn't to change her. It's to recognize her. Because you can't convert what was never compatible. She's living for the moment while you're building for the future. And those worlds never merge successfully, ever. Men will waste years and years trying to mold broken women into wives. That's not love, guys. That's ego. You are trying to rewrite her story when she's not even holding the pen anymore. Let her go live in chaos. You need to stay on course. A woman with potential shows it early. She shows peaceful energy. She shows a respectful tone. There's consistency without drama. You'll feel calm, not confused. This is a good sign. A woman for the streets, she shows it early too. She's hot and cold. She's attention hungry. She's addicted to chaos. She's always talking about vibes and energy. Meanwhile, her life is like a storm. They're fun for a night or two, but absolutely fatal for your mission. Men who win on the dating market learn to observe and not attach. Because your emotions are one of the most valuable commodities you own. Do not spend where the return is guaranteed loss. You cannot fix her. You cannot teach her peace. And you cannot build with a woman who loves destruction. You can only control your actions. So here's the quick math. Test fast, decide faster, detach completely, and understand that better than 99% of all women are recreational use only, while less than 1% of women are worth building with. Recognize that ratio, act accordingly, and you will save yourself a lifetime of regret before they realize anything. But I wonder when women are finally going to realize that most of them are going to be single forever. Right. And it's not because men can't handle them. Right. It's not because they're too strong. No, it's because women have successfully turned femininity into a personality disorder. Right. Like this is where the pick me shaming tactic comes into play. The truth is that women have traded softness for sarcasm. They've traded allegiance and loyalty for attention and likes. They've traded wife energy for I don't need a man energy. Well, congratulations, ladies. Mission accomplished. You ain't got a man. And the hard truth is that women want high-value men without having to be a high-value woman. They've all got body counts higher than John Wick and an attitude like a DMV employee. These bitches are entitlement queens without a king or a kingdom. Men aren't checking out of dating. They're checking out of dealing with American women, which is where the passport bros have come into play. The delusion epic among women is real. 30-year-old women thinking that they deserve the man they rejected back when they were 21, 22 years old. Newsflash, ladies, he upgraded, you expired. The fact of the matter is that you cannot build a family with a woman who thinks a relationship is a subscription service. Cancel anytime, no commitment, free 30-day trial. And if you don't like it, you can just walk away, no questions asked. Men aren't afraid of relationships. They're afraid of modern women in those relationships, and why wouldn't they be? Most modern women's identity is independence, their main hobby is validation, their religion is self-love, and you already know the ending. which is that she ends up alone with Wi-Fi wine, a blown out vagina, and a lifetime of regrets. Modern women haven't run out of men. They've run out of time. But the funny thing is that they still think the clock resets every birthday. So by all means, ladies, keep playing the I don't need a man game. Trust me when I tell you that you will win that game. You will get that prize you've worked hard for, which is a lifetime of being single. That anymore. So what you need to understand is that women leave fast and men leave forever. Okay, that's the difference between emotion and logic. She quits when she's bored. He quits when he's done. You see, gentlemen, a woman walks away to test your value. A man walks away when he has seen hers. One plays games, the other closes the book. She leaves to see if you'll chase, to see if someone better will want her, to see if her ego still has power. It's never about peace, gentlemen. It's about validation. A man leaves when the mask falls off, when the disrespect piles up, when he's emotionally burnt out from trying to fix what she keeps breaking. That's when the switch flips. She leaves thinking the grass is greener. He leaves knowing it's all fake turf. This is why she runs in circles and he walks away like it never existed. She doesn't come back for love. She comes back for comfort. She comes back for attention. She comes back for the version of you that no longer exists. Regret hits women eventually, but it's always delayed. And by the time she realizes what she's lost, he's not healing, he's evolving. He's colder, he's harder, and he's no longer naive. And because of this, he wouldn't touch her again with a 10-foot pole. You see, women came back hoping men stayed the same. Men never come back because they are never the same after having been through it with a woman who's for the streets that he mistook for a quality woman. So when a man detaches, he doesn't block her, he doesn't stalk her, and he damn sure doesn't text her. He simply stops giving a fuck. And once that happens, it's game over. Not for him, but that was the way my mother was with my dad, which ultimately led to their divorce. But that just goes to show that you cannot wife a woman whose mother runs the household, because that woman was raised watching a man obey and not lead. She grew up thinking that dominance is feminine and that obedience is masculine. That's not love, gentlemen. That's reversed polarity. When her mother controls the home, her father becomes the background noise. She learns that this is normal. So when you come into her life and try to lead her, she'll resist. Not because she's evil, but because submission feels unnatural to her. She'll challenge you. She'll compete with you. She'll try to match your energy. She'll do this until there's no man left in the house. You cannot build a kingdom with a woman who thinks she's the king. Hell, we even have a freaking movie called The Woman King. Guys, marry the woman who saw her father lead. Because a woman who's seen real masculine authority will never mistake this for oppression. But what you need to understand is that women don't fall in love first. You see, love comes after you win the audition. A woman doesn't reject you because she has standards. She rejects you because she has options. And I know that's painful for you guys to hear, but it's true. We all know that women need attention more than they need oxygen. They don't need to sleep with you to get that, because your attention is the real currency. A bitch can be entertaining 8 men, catch feelings for 3, sleep with 2, and swear up and down she's loyal. As far as cheating, women cheat emotionally first, physically second. By the time she sleeps with the other guy, she left you months ago. And women never accidentally cheat. Women cheat after creating a backup plan, a storyline, and justification. Women don't want a man who treats them like a queen. They want a man that other women want. She doesn't lose feelings for you. She simply transfers them. And when she pulls away, your replacement is already warming up. A woman's loyalty is strongest when you're winning, not when you're struggling. Disney fairy tales lied to you guys. Biology doesn't. If she's posting girls' nights out, she's advertising. If she's posting inspirational quotes, she's talking to somebody else. Because the hard truth, guys, is that social media has exposed everything. The guy she tells you not to worry about, she has already fantasized sleeping with. If she hasn't acted on it yet, she's just waiting for the right circumstance and the right excuse. And women don't break up clean, guys. They burn the bridge, blame you for the fire, then cry about the smoke on Instagram. A woman never leaves without already having somewhere else to land. Men, we jump. Women, they relocate. Because I actually took her to see Titanic. And I didn't realize it at the time, but the movie Titanic told me everything I needed to know about female nature. And all these years later, it's clear that most men just don't get it. Think about it. Rose is old and gray and close to death. She's lived a full life. She's had a husband, kids, grandkids, a family, the whole bit. Yet, on her deathbed, she doesn't think about her husband. You know, the man who stayed, right? The man who raised her children? She remembers Jack, a broke stranger who banged her in the backseat of a car for less than half a minute on a boat. And she did this while in a relationship with a man who is rich, good looking, and willing to take care of her and her mother. This tells you something extremely dark about women. They don't remember loyalty. No, they remember the man who made them feel. Rose's husband gave her a life. Jack, all he gave her was emotion. And look who she's reminiscing about on her deathbed. You see, that's the truth men don't like to swallow. Women chase excitement, not stability. Security is respected, but passion is worship. So many people these days like to call Titanic a love story, but it's really a story of emotional betrayal romanticized by our gynocentric society. And the crazy thing is that Rose didn't even keep the 56-carat diamond that was also known as the heart of the freaking ocean. Why? because it was Cal, the man she cheated on, who gave it to her. She threw that diamond away just like women throw away men who truly care about them. That movie wasn't fiction. It was a documentary on how female nature was really weird when it happened, but I wasn't embarrassed at all. I just said to her, well, I guess my dick doesn't like you anymore. I got up, got dressed, and left. She was blowing up my phone for the next week and a half, guys. The moral of the story is that a woman can hurt a man so deep that his dick won't even get hard for her. And guys, this has happened to me many, many times. And that's not hate, gentlemen. That's emotional death. It's when love rots into disgust, when attention decays into silence. And men, we don't fall out of love easily. We only detach after the destruction, after the disrespect, after the betrayals. Because once we see her true form, the illusion completely dies. And when a man's illusion dies, so does his desire. It is impossible for a woman to seduce a man who is emotionally done with her. You can wear hoops, heels, a mini skirt with no panties. Won't matter. His soul has already left the room. Because when a man loves a woman, he loves from his core. And when you wound that core, nothing revives it. He doesn't shout, he doesn't argue, he just stops being turned on. And that is the quietest kind of revenge. I used to smirk every single time Allison called or texted me after I couldn't get it up that night. And keep in mind, women don't give up so easily. She will try to fix it with her body and try to seduce him, but he'll look at her and feel absolutely nothing. No hate, no lust, just emptiness. Only then does she finally understand that when a man's emotions die, her power dies. About women. They can fake words, they can fake tears, they can even fake affection, as we've recently seen on Love is Blind with Casey and Patrick. But the one thing women can't fake is devotion. And devotion, that leaks through action, especially when nobody's watching. You see, gentlemen, when a woman truly loves a man, her instinct is to take care of him. Not for show, not for validation. She does it to build you up. Feeding you is literally her way of saying, I want you alive. I want your energy strong. I want you at your best. That's not an opinion, guys. That's biology. If a woman doesn't want to cook for you, don't touch her food. Hell, don't even stay. Because love that does not express itself through care is counterfeit. You cannot logic your way into her heart, guys. Her soul either orbits yours or it doesn't. So many men today have got it backwards. They think that because today's women don't cook means that they shouldn't expect it. Nah, man. It means that women don't feel genuine attraction anymore. They perform relationships rather than serving them. They want partnership rather than polarity. And the hard truth is that women can only serve what she respects. Because when a woman cooks for you, she's not just feeding your stomach, she's feeding your soul, she's feeding your kingdom. She is saying to you, you lead, I'll support. And keep in mind that the devil's in the details. It's never about the food. It's about what the food represents. Care, respect, admiration, the feminine desire to see her man stronger than yesterday. You can't teach that, gentlemen. This is blind instinct. It's either there or it's not. So the next time you're with a woman, pay attention. Does she light up when she brings you something or does something nice for you? Or does she act like it's a chore? Because the woman who is cold in the kitchen will be cold between the sheets. And that is biological fact. Never beg for that energy, guys. Never remind her to act feminine. If she needs reminding, she is already disqualified. You see, love from a woman isn't spoken, it is served. And if she won't serve you, she does not love you. Watch her actions and words, gentlemen. She either helps you build your temple or she eats from it. If she does not want to feed you, then she was never yours to begin with. Red flags. Stop, because he now knows his worth. Men realizing we're the prize, that's what secretly pisses women off the most. Because the game only works for women when men think women are the prize. You see, gentlemen, social media has lied to women. Instagram has showed them yachts, it showed them Lambos and influencers, and it made them believe that there are far more rich men than there actually are. This is why you ask women what percentage of men are over 6 feet and make six figures. They say, I don't know, 65, 70%? But that is pure delusion, and here are the facts to back it up. Only a shade over 5% of men in the West have a net worth of over $1 million. And between 18 and 40 years old, that number plummets to less than 0.5%. And the truly rich, the men with a net worth over $5 million, make up 0.1% of the male population. That's 1 in 10,000. Meanwhile, beautiful women are everywhere. Every club, every city, every scroll on Instagram, beauty's common. Discipline, drive, and power are not. And this is why women chase the top 1%, but here's the cold, hard mathematical truth. Most women will never get their top 1% man. Oh, most of them won't even get the opportunity. Not because they're unattractive, but because the demand grossly outweighs the supply. Wealth isn't loud, gentlemen. It's not dripping in designer belts, expensive watches, parties, or super yachts. No, wealth is quiet. Wealth is calculated. Wealth is controlled. The richest men you'll meet don't post on Instagram. They own what the wannabes post about. Luxury looks common online because we see it in every scroll. But real money, generational money, that is far less available than beauty. Always has been, always will be. And this is why women are now panicking. When men stopped simping and started realizing how the law of supply and demand directly correlates with their own value on the dating market, they started becoming a lot more selective. Because once a man realizes he's rare, he stops chasing what's common. When men wake up, the illusion collapses because the simple truth is that men are the prize. Period. Men learn these lessons the hard way, so here are the 9 types of women you should avoid at all costs if you don't want your life to burn. Number 1, your ex. If she cheated once, she'll do it again. If she left once, she'll do it again. Loyalty doesn't reboot, gentlemen, it expires. Number 2, your homeboy's ex. A lot of dudes out here dirty macking, just waiting for the opportunity to slide into his friend's girlfriend's panties. You mess with your homeboy's ex and you'll lose a friend for a woman who left your friend. Disloyalty to a brother always costs triple. Never forget that. Number 3, party girls. These chicks are always outside and it's always just vibes. She belongs to the streets, not you. Number 4, coworkers. The minute you hook up with a coworker, you can start the clock, because in 6 months or less, you or both of you will no longer be with the company, and the former is far more likely than the latter. Number 5, single moms. She chose a man, had his kid, and it failed. Why build a castle on another man's ashes? Number 6, girls on social media. She posts for validation, gentlemen, not memories. Instagram, that's her real boyfriend. You're just the date who pays for everything. Number 7, girls with male friends. You're plan B and he's emergency dick. Date a girl with male friends and you will always be in a love triangle in some way, shape, or form. Number 8, feminists. They don't want relationships, they want power. Arguing with a feminist is like boxing with fog. You lose energy, not points. And number 9, broken women, as in women with exorbitant body count, sex workers, and girls who've had bad things happen to them as children. She calls it trauma bonding, you call it connection. But every kiss just glues another piece of her past onto your soul. In the end, the wrong woman drains you of money, respect, and peace, while the right woman multiplies your kingdom. Choose the wrong woman once and you will pay for it for years. I speak from personal experience. To be learned there, but you guys always hear us say, don't judge her by her words, judge her by her actions. But you should also judge her by her ex, the one she opened her legs for, because her past reveals her standards. You don't need to guess what she wants, just look at what she accepted. If her ex was broke, toxic, or weak, and she chose him, that tells you more than any motivational quote on her IG story will ever tell you. Guys, a woman's ex is her mirror. It reflects her taste, her mindset, her boundaries, and most importantly, her level of self-respect. You can tell how she'll treat you by the type of men she used to worship. History doesn't lie, guys, and women don't downgrade in who they desire. They only downgrade in who they settle for, and it's very important to understand the difference. She can hide her body count and she can hide her intentions, but she cannot hide the quality of men she allowed into her body. So judge a woman by her ex, because her ex, that's the blueprint of what she truly values. And if her ex was a clown, she clearly doesn't value herself. And these kinds of women will destroy you from the inside out. Trust busy with their own delusions and egos, they don't think we notice red flags. We do, we just don't talk about it. We observe in silence and start counting down the days until smashing her isn't even worth keeping her around. Because the minute she starts arguing about dumb shit, disrespecting us, or treating us like a child, we've already got one foot out the door. See, ladies, we don't explode. We withdraw. We stop correcting you. We stop caring about what you do, what you say, or where you are. But the funny thing is that you bitches think you're manipulating us when what we're really doing is giving you enough rope to hang yourselves with. We're letting you dig a deeper and deeper hole while we take mental notes of your increasing number of red flags. Yeah, we'll still smash you, we'll still smile, and we will still play along. But our emotions are already on airplane mode at this point because we realize you're not worth fixing. We don't need to win the argument. No, we win by detaching. We win by walking away without warning. We win by never coming back. And the truth is that women often mistake silence for stupidity. But a quiet man is a dangerous man because he's done caring. We don't ghost women to hurt them. We ghost them to protect our peace. And by the time she realizes what's actually happening, we've already replaced her with a quieter, more feminine woman who also protects her. Why I tell men who are still playing the field and not ready to settle down yet to date multiple women. Because when you date multiple women, you stay dangerous. Not because you're a player, but because you're aware. You stay sharp. You stay detached. You stay unattached. You stop mistaking sexual chemistry for connection. And after a while, after about, I don't know, a year or so of dating multiple women, you start seeing patterns. You start seeing the recycled lines. You start seeing their recycled unique stories, the recycled emotions. The more you date, the clearer it becomes that she isn't special, gentlemen. She's predictable. And that realization right there, that's what kills the illusion. It destroys that soul myth fairy tale that you were sold as a boy. Now let's flip the script and date only one woman. The game instantly flips on you. You pour your all into her, your time, your energy, your attention, your resources. You build her a throne and call it love. Then reality hits. The mask slips, the pedestal cracks, and your special snowflake becomes human. This is when love feels like a scam, guys. Not because women are evil, but because your illusion was. So here's the paradox. You can date many women and you love the illusion, or you can date one woman and the illusion betrays you. The only way to win is to love with your eyes wide open, not with your ego blindfold. See love for what it is and not what you think it should be.